So, it looks like Batman and TMNT will not be the only other DC IDW crossover coming out. Apparently, the other crossover that was announced alongside the 2012 Turtles meeting the 90s Batman in comic book form later this year, apparently we're getting a team-up, a sequel, sequel to Star Trek Green Lantern, The Spectrum War. Now, if you guys remember Star Trek Green Lantern, that was last year's crossover, and it was big. Star Trek Green Lantern got a lot of praise alongside Batman TMNT, so I guess DC and IDW were like, let's do them again! Now, it's kind of interesting to have a sequel to a crossover in this day and age, because back then, back in the early 90s, late 2000s, there were sequel to crossovers everywhere. There were sequels coming out of, there were multiple crossovers. I mean, we had 3 Batman Predator crossovers. We had 2 Batman Alien crossovers, 2 Superman Alien crossovers. We had a lot of crossovers and sequels. But nowadays, it's usually like 6 issues and done. That was kind of the norm, is that it would be 6 issues, then Dunskies. So that's the big story here, is that this is getting a sequel. Now, for those who weren't aware of Star Trek Green Lantern, this is the Abrams universe crossing over with Green Lantern. And in here, in the crossover, Ganthet brought some ring. Blackest Night happened, Necron returned, and Blackest Night went off without a hitch. And what happened was that Ganthet and what remained of the rings, he sent them into the Abrams universe, and certain rings went to certain people, including the Sinestro Corps ring went to the Abrams equivalent to Kang from Undiscovered Country. And yeah, there were other characters that got rings, like Chekhov and Uhura. They got rings as well. And yeah, the remnants of the Lantern Corps made it into the Abrams universe. It pretty much ended with the Green Lantern characters entering and staying in the universe. You have Chekhov training people to be a Lantern Corps. Hal Jordan's now a member of Starfleet. It was really out there. And also you had the Black Lantern, Vulcan returned as the Black Lantern home planet. That was thankfully destroyed. Or that would have been really bad. And bad as for the whole galaxy, not as a bad crossover. But yeah, I think it's an interesting idea to do a follow-up story to a crossover, because like I said, it's usually a bunch of one-and-done stories these days. It's usually just a bunch of, that's it, we're not doing anymore after this crossover. That's going to be the only story we get. So, yeah, I guess DC and IDW, after getting the numbers they got for Batman TMNT as well as this crossover, I guess, yeah, let's keep the hits keep coming and they don't stop coming. Bent 2 rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense. I'll stop. Anyway, getting back on track. So with this crossover, it has been, not a lot has been announced, but what they did say is that a bunch of heroes and villains from both the DC and Star Trek universe will be appearing, mostly other Lantern characters on the DC side. So I'm wondering what new characters could they introduce and make them, let them have Green Lantern powers. Personally, I'm hoping that Khan and his Khan and his family, Khan and the other 72 other, superhumans are made members of the Sinestro Corps. Like Sinestro goes out and finds Khan and the others and frees them and makes them members of the Sinestro Corps. Khan definitely qualifies as a member of the Sinestro Corps. So yeah, Sinestro Khan, that would be awesome. Yeah, that would just be an epic idea right there. Just have Khan and his members as because now the Lantern Corps have to be restarted again. Because in this continuity, Blackest Night happened again. This time it went off without a hitch, and only Hal Jordan and certain members, Atrocitus, Carol, and a few other members of the Corps, the main members of the Corps, survived this whole ordeal. And they could have gone back to their universe, but they're like, no, let's stay here. So it's a whole new continuity within a new continuity. I know, it's really weird. Having a new universe within a new universe, it's like a universal inception. It's weird like that. I'm fully aware that it's totally weird like that. Anyway, so What did I want to say with this crossover? What other characters I'd like to see? I think Krona is probably going to be the villain, because of the way they talked about other villains. You know, there's other galactic-level villains in the DC universe, but if you want to talk about galactic-level DC villains, I'm betting Krona, you know, the rogue guardian of the, you know, a rogue guardian. I'm pretty sure he's going to be the main villain. You know, he's done universal stuff. You know, he's done cross-universal attacks before. You know, he was the main villain in the. You know, Krona was the main villain in the Justice League Avengers crossover, where he beat Galactus to death. Let me say that again. He drew out Galactus and then beat him to death, and then took his remains and made a fortress out of them. Yeah, he literally took the bones of his enemies and made a fortress out of Galactus's body. Yeah. So we got that going for us. So I'm pretty sure, I have a feeling that Krona is probably going to be the main villain of this story. And I'm wondering what other characters from the Star Trek side, I mean, again, I'm just theorizing Khan, just like I am with Krona, you know, Krona and Khan might appear in here. And I think it might be possible, since I don't know if I don't think they're going to be doing anything else with Khan after Into Darkness, so I guess he's a free-range kind of character. I really hope we get to see other, you know, villains in here, and maybe even have Q in here. I mean, Q was in the Star Trek Legion of Superheroes crossover. Granted, that was TOS, but Q recently appeared in the Abrams universe. So I think it would be cool to have Q in here and have it, like, maybe he's behind... yeah, Krona and Q. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here. Maybe have Harry Mudd. That would be a fun character to have in here. There's a lot. There's a lot of characters on both sides of the spectrum. That would be really cool to see in this new universe. I'm wondering how Hal Jordan as a member of Starfleet is going to play out. All in all, I'm really interested to see where this a sequel to this new universe is going to play out. Especially seeing Kirk, this version of Kirk, and Hal Jordan, team up, because they did team up before and they didn't exactly get along really well. So hopefully maybe they've kind of buried the hatchet at this point. But anyway, you guys tell me, what do you guys think of the second Star Trek Green Lantern crossover? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.